Letter to the child I didn't know, but I wanted to know. This goes out to you, L. I always wanted to be a part of your life. Um, your mother never wanted that. I seen how basic your weekends were when I came a part of your mother's life. You know, when I came a part of your mother's life, you only went to the pool or this little indoor activity place. I'm not going to name. And I got tired of just hearing your mother taking you to these two places, the pool or this place. She always said, "L, oh, L loves to swim." Okay, doesn't mean that she's not gonna love trying this. Doesn't mean she's not gonna love trying that. So L, I am the one, and I told your mother, I mean your grandmother this. Uh, I'm the one that started getting you involved in more activities. You know, I'm the one that started, paying for movies for you and your mother. One of those, she brought your cousin along. I'm the one that paid and suggested your mother go to various places, indoor activities. I am the one who tried to get you more involved as a child than the two things that your mother was doing every other weekend when you were not with your sorry father. Excuse me, I apologize. But L, I wanted to show your mother that I wanted to be in your life just as much, if not more, than I wanted to be in your mother's life. And I started trying to understand your mother, your father, and the things that other men, because your mother loves men. You know, she loves men. She got an addiction to men. No disrespect. I tried to understand the other 100 men that your mother dated before me and what they did for you. You know, just kind of get a grasp on uh, previous interactions that you may or may not have had with me. And your mother told me that no man has ever been introduced to you besides for your father. She did say that one guy bought clothes or something once or twice, maybe some small toys. Like, okay, cool. You know, you're supposed to do that. You meet a woman with a child, you're supposed to show her some way that you want to be in her life, but more importantly, that woman's life to get what you want, even if it's a lie. You're supposed to do that. You know, so kudos to him. But I wanted to do more because I just wasn't buying stuff for you to be with your mother, to be with your mother. Or I was doing stuff for you because I pictured myself as you. I pictured myself as that little child that wanted to go out and have fun and run around and have toys and go on adventures and see different things and meet different people and see other kids and have stories when you go back to school on Monday. So I started the movies. You know, I started buying tickets for the movies, and then it started escalating to other indoor activities. Started escalating to clothes, toys, little jewelry, anything and everything that I could find that I thought you like. I bought. I know you love to paint. You know, I bought stuff for you to paint. And I just felt like you were not just my partner's child, but I felt like you were my child. Um, and I loved you. You know, seriously, I loved you. Um, and I tried so hard to be a part of your life. I'm not gonna cry on video. I'm not Tyrese, but I just fought so hard to be a part of your life, and I just wanted to fight so hard to show your mother that I was serious. You know, that I was serious. Like I really, 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 really uh, accepted her, but I really, 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 really accepted you. You know, you don't know this, L, but that Christmas tree I bought, uh, you'll probably never see this, but I had asked your mother, like, hey, da 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 da, what is L like, da da da. What's her sorry dad? I mean, I'm sorry. What's her dad gonna get her for Christmas? And she told me that your father and your mother was gonna go have for some kind of drawing iPad. I'm like, hey, I'll buy the iPad. You don't even gotta go have. I'll buy it. You know, you don't gotta go 50-50 with her father. I'll just buy it. Your mom was like, no, no, no. I'll get it. Da 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 da. And I showed her a picture of something. Hey, like this on Amazon. I showed her a picture of lunch. No, no, no. Don't buy it. You better not buy it. Her and her father's going to go have. Christmas came along. You ain't have that iPad that you and that your father and your mother's supposed to go have for them. You ain't have that iPad. Your mother fought with me for weeks and told me I better not buy that iPad. Your father and her was going to go have, but you didn't have that iPad. And one thing I would never do, I lied to my mother, I lied to my father, but I would never lie to a child. Even though you didn't know you was getting that iPad, which you didn't get. But I would never make a promise to someone, especially a child, and not follow through. But I'm not here to talk about your mother. I'm not here to talk about your father too much anyway. But I got the Christmas tree. Your mother, you know, 3 weeks before Christmas, she didn't have a Christmas tree. No disrespect to your mother, you know. I loved her. Thought she was gonna be my wife, but she didn't have a Christmas tree. So I went and bought a Christmas tree. I bought lights and all this other stuff. Hey, you decorate the Christmas tree how you want to decorate the Christmas tree, but I'm going to give you a lot of options. Toys for Christmas. You know, I bought 1 or 2 toys. I showed your mother. She said, okay, that's enough. Don't buy nothing else. I don't know. I probably bought you 7, 8, 9, 10 different things for Christmas. As you know, because I wrote names on it. I called you Princess. I called you Mermaid. I wrote little notes on every single toy that I gave you. But I'm not here to talk about the things that I did for you, El. I'm just here to show you or tell you that a lot of the things that happened in your life behind the scenes came from it. The toys and stuff, you know, came from me because I wrote my name on them. I wrote your notes. But even things before that, a lot of the activities that happened in your life came from me. And I fought, like I said, I fought your mother time and time again to have an opportunity to meet you. And she said, oh, you know, she wanted you to meet the man that she was going to marry. You know, and I disagreed because just because someone gets married doesn't mean they don't go through a divorce. She never married your dad. And he sees you every other weekend, 4 times a month. So I disagree with her thought process on you and I meeting. But I fought and I wanted to show her like, yeah, L, yeah, I want to meet L. Most importantly, I claimed you as my child. Uh, I told your mother that you were mine. I showed your mother a picture. I compared you to me and I said, L looks like me, doesn't she? And although your mother said no, she know that you did. But I just felt like God saved me from having children because he knew one day I would meet your mother and one day I would meet you, L. God was going to bring me a child, and that child was you, L. In my heart, I feel like that's why I never had children, because God was preparing me to be in your life. But I do apologize, L, for some of the things that you've went through that you don't know that you are going through. I apologize on behalf of your mother. I apologize on behalf of your sorry father for what you are going through now. Because I was that child that grew up in a broken home. I was that child who went to school on Mondays and people talking about their parents. Me and my dad, me and my mom, we did this. My mom and dad did that. Me and my mom and dad went on vacation. I was the child that went to school hearing stories about people's family vacations, family trips, what this other child's mom and dad did. And I didn't have those same stories. My stories were similar to yours, L. I'll see my dad every other weekend. I'll see my dad next weekend. I live with my mother. And people ask me why. Why aren't your parents together? Why don't you see your dad every day? Your dad doesn't live with you. And you might not go through this, L, but one day you will. You have to ask yourself these questions. Why are these children coming to school on Mondays after the weekend and telling different stories than the stories that I'm telling? Why don't I live with my dad? Why do I see my dad every other weekend? And your mother and your father one day will have to explain that to you. Because I know why. And I'm sure your mother won't tell you the truth. I promise you your mother will not tell you the truth. But your father might. And one thing a child needs, L, is the truth. One thing a child needs is to understand why my parents aren't together. Because I wanted that when I grew up. When I got to be, into adulthood, I had to ask my father that. Why did you and my mother break up? And when I got older, when I got into adulthood, I had to ask my mother that. Why did you and my father break up? And L, one day you're gonna have to ask your parents, why did y'all break up? And just like I'm sure that your mother is going to lie to you for the reason. When I asked my mother and my father, why did you and him or why did you and her break up? I got two different answers. And I'm pretty sure, L, you find me when you ask your parents why they broke up, I will bet you any amount of money you're going to get two different answers. But the truth is, L, I seen how emotional your mother got when you called. I seen how happy your mother got when she heard from you. I seen how happy your mother was when y'all used to do the stuff in iMessages and draw stuff. I seen it on her face. But I want you to know, L, that I was willing to move to your city to help your mother take care of you, to provide you the best life any child could have. L, I want you to know that I tried to get you an apartment, try to get your mother an apartment so you can have a yard to play in, so you can go outside and play, have toys outside, not just go play in the snow on the back street of an apartment complex, hoping you don't get hit by a car like you did when you know that day it was snowing and your mom had you in the back street behind the apartment complex. I wanted you to have your own yard, L. Your mother knows this. Your grandmother knows this. I fought. I tried. I had your mother looking at various apartments. I wanted you to have your own space. And that's something that a man does that takes the relationship with that child serious, but more importantly, takes the relationship with that mother serious. I want you to have the best life possible, I did all that I could do as a man to show your mother, your grandmother, that I wanted to be a part of your life. I didn't want to be your father because you have a father. Even though he's not a great father, you have a father. But I wanted to be a male figure in your life that you could look up to, a male figure in your life who you could count on, a male figure in your life who you could talk to. You could come home and say, hey, Chris keeps flying. I need help with my homework. I can help you with your homework, your math, your science, your history. I can help you tie your shoes, teach you how to cook, teach you how to drive a car, anything you wanted. And I used to go to stores and I was like, I think Elle would like that. I used to just buy random toys. I think Elle would like that. I used to buy just not on holidays like some people. Just not on your birthday and your Christmas, but I'll be walking in the store. I think Elle would like this. I think Elle would like, let me get this, let me get that, let me get this, let me get that. But I apologize, Elle, that I couldn't be a part of your life. I tried. And your mother, respectfully, I'm not here to talk about your mother, but she had to take 99.9% fault in this. Because instead of your mother thinking about you and your future, your mother thought about herself. And if your mother thought about what was best for her child, your mother and I would be together right now. Probably living together right now. She'd be engaged right now. If not, we'd already be married. But Elle, I love you. I will always love you. You will always have a piece of my heart. And I'm sorry things didn't work out. But I'm sorry your mother didn't want things to work out either. You know that, you don't know that, that trip that you went on to that place with the beautiful water. I paid for that. And your mother got mad because we had a discussion regarding her sorry friend D, who I'll make a video on one day. And she decided to pay out of pocket, swipe her credit card, get into debt to prove a point to me that she could do it by maxing out her credit card. But whatever. But to all of those watching, here's the biggest problem with a dating woman with a child. I'll probably say it and I'll probably say it again. When it's all said and done, you won't miss that woman, but you'll miss that child. So I'm not sure I would suggest men date women with children, because that child will break your heart before that woman does. Days, weeks, months, and years later, you'll be thinking about that child, and you've long forgot about that woman. Till next time.